Good morning, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, clowns and... Right, so I did put together a short list of what I was going to be doing today, but first of all, I need to tweet and shit. I made some notes, but I'm not going to do them right now. So what I need to do is plant entity grower. Okay. Does that work? Okay. I can't type today. Maybe I should go outside and play in the stove. Editor. There we go. Okay. Okay. If L cube equals hydroponics bay, Good morning, Patrick. I need to somehow I need to have like a little bit of paper for the all the people who are regulars and the people who, one point the people who are regulars who also don't have the same nickname. So Patrick, you're Kukor. And Peter, you are you're one of the weird ones. I think you don't go on Discord. I don't think so. And did Dev Studio just lock up? Is Unity close around overnight? No. How's Dev Studio crashing on me? How? Ah, you see, I do know you all. And Unity is. I would like to recover the selected files. So I made some notes. So I've always wanted to have you able to move much quicker in FortressCraft, like forwards much faster. And the only reason that has not been the case so far has been it's been generation of the graphics, not Perlin. I kind of have to assume everything is pre-gen. I was just looking at it there. Unfortunately, I think the limiting factor is probably Unity. Because at the end of it, I need to get the mesh. So I calculate all the meshes on a thread. And then I need to upload the mesh to the GPU. Now, I can't do that. I'm not allowed. So I have to go via Unity, and there doesn't seem to be any way to asynchronously upload it. So every time that you get a new segment, you will get a hiccup. I haven't done any profiling on that in a long time, but I've seen a way it can be done. So I will. It's something I was thinking about. Do not proceed until we know what we're built upon. Where are we? Low frequency update. Update player distance info. Configure instancer. Set instancer type. Where did I write this code? I'm just trying to do this without breaking it. Okay, if NB Hydro now let's see what Andy did. Well, I think he may have done this at 35 centimeters, but I'm going to have to guess a little bit. Well, we'll find out. Excuse me. And good morning, HMK. Going well. So I got this nearly working last night. I just didn't get. I had a couple of alignment bugs. Oh man, that's still not right. Good though, innit? Like all the plants actually grow and they have seeds that can be harvested. I guess I'll make that number bigger. I'll tell you what, let's make it really big. So what should happen now is if it's in a hydro bay, it should disappear through the ground. I want to make sure it's working. I'm calling it a hydroponics bay, but yeah, sure, a greenhouse. So I really enjoyed the farming in Terraria. Like, I really like setting up a farm, optimizing it, getting it just right, and then farming it for potions. And I was a bit sad that there's only one thing to farm in Terraria that's worth doing. I really loved the No Man's Sky farms, and I was very excited about those. Until I realised you had to do it by hand, and then I got a lot less interesting. Okay, that's obviously not working. Hydroponics bay. If in Hydro Bay. Okay. So what were you on then? There's too many plants. There's millions of them. There's millions of plants all throughout the world. Oh, there we go. That one's in the Hydro Bay. Oh, are they all about to... Okay. Try that. I might be being stupid. It's possible. Shouldn't the baby plants be in the middle of the soil? They are in the middle. Andy, can you build the plants in Editor? Yeah, you've been able to build the plants in Editor for ages. HMK, they're not at the edge or in the middle. They're in the air. That's what I'm trying to fix. When I get it right, they'll sink in the ground, and then I just need to get that number right. Right, whichever random number Andy decided to choose. Right now, they're just not doing it. I think I've worked it out. Once I get it right, you'll see, because they'll sit in the dirt nicely. I just need to lower them. Cool, that's probably worked now. If I freeze the camera. I look under here. No. How strange. Have I got this wrong? Hold on a minute. What am I doing here? I think it may have been going through that, grabbing that call, dropping through, and then not calling again for 1 minute. Currently, Andy, you cannot build plants in a build, only in Editor. Come on, Unity. Do the thing. Hey, okay, I have some ideas, but I don't know because it's a way off. Initially, I'd like to be able to get you to be able just to grow them and farm them. I would like you to be able to breed them. So you should be able to take 2 plants, and plants come in 8 varieties and 8 colours. So this means that you can have... let me just put one over here, make sure I haven't done anything really stupid. So you can have 8 plants and 8 colours, but you won't be able to easily get all those out. Did I break all the plants? Yes, I think I've just broken all the plants. It's not digging itself up. What have I done? Oh, wait, yeah, okay, yeah. Can't do that. If I wanted last night, I'd set that to a negative number down there. I love the way Unity is quicker at spotting scripts have been altered than, like, responding to the play button. Wow, I made my coffee like an hour ago. I've just been focused. Right, there we go. Basically, they are still floating. If I dig out the hole, it's probably more obvious. Floating. But why are they floating? If in Hydro Bay, and they are instants, which they should be, LPOS moves down. Aha. They would have been in the right place for just their first frame. Because as they grow, I have to move them downwards because Andy didn't put their pivot perfectly at the bottom. I blame Andy. Because that's done, I have to move them upwards in space as they grow. Otherwise, they'll grow into the ground rather than upwards. So I just wanted to get this one thing done. Then I wanted to have a brief look on the server. My friend's server, seeing how it's going. What are you doing, Mr. Kitty? Just go in your box. Like, he's got a box and he's kind of scratching at it. I don't mind because it's his box and he do what the hell he likes with it. Oh, let me reduce the glow on these slightly. I keep meaning to do that. Patch notes, patch notes, patch notes. All thieves should bloom a bit less now. Changed lightweight machine housing. Self-craft cost to I made it more expensive, much more expensive. $12 from 6. Added auto crafter, which crafts 1 from 16 bars. So what I'm doing here is I think I've got the solution to my problem, right? I'm not going to force players to automate. I'm going to use the same leverage that they use on me for not using things. I'm just making it more efficient. So this means hopefully the player will go, hold on. It's cheat. Worked it out. I'm clever. And I see if I can use a little bit of psychology to get players to do what I want. The problem is that often players do what they want, and that's fine, but quite often it's the wrong thing, and that's not fine. So I'm hoping that when given a choice of two things, the one is better, players will choose the better option. I just need to make sure that that better option is the one that I want them to choose. Yes, Andy, I know you didn't touch the pivot on the plants. So therefore their plant's pivot is in the centre, which is no good so it grows up from the bottom. Now if I get rid of that, there it is. Perfect. Good. Now I need to change that number to a less debuggy one. I'm going to guess 0.35. It's alright, Andy, I'm not blaming you. It's just because Unity should let me set the pivot. Like, no ifs, no buts, Unity should let me set the pivot. Ba-ba-bum. There we go. That's much better, isn't it? I suspect, and at some point you'll need to tweak some of the variables. As you can see, this particular one is a bit dumb. Let me just turn the sound on a sec. That means turn my music off. It's all quite peaceful in here. Sing it calmly. How much time does it take to build the plant stuff? That's a difficult question. The plants, after playing No Man's Sky, I went off and I messaged. I said, I know a lot of team on No Man's Sky, and I was like, "How does it look so good?" And they kind of went, "Look, dude, we're under idea. We can't tell you." And I'm like, "Okay, fine." No Man's Sky has this annoying trait of always looking really good. And when I say it looks really good, I mean it always looks so good. I mean, look at it. Every single picture is perfection, perfection, perfection. And these are procedure generated. And I was like, how does it look so good? How is that so? How does that look like it escaped off the cover art from a science fiction book? I mean, all apart from the floaty rocks, but no one's perfect. And the answer is a fairly complex answer, but the answer is to do with split complementary palettes, triatic palettes, quadratic palettes. So if we look at this one, this is a triatic palette. You've got purple, and then you've got green, which is 1/3 of the rotation, and then you've got orange, which is 1/3 of the rotation round. So if you look at that particular scene, it is procedurally composed of 3 major hues. If you're an artist and I'm getting this wrong, just shut up, I'm close enough. And I was like, well, I can do that. So I put together a prototype of English. I put together a prototype of a split complementary colour palette scheme. And with that split complementary, it's quite a mouthful, isn't it? With that split complementary colour palette scheme, I went, oh, that's quite cool. And then I was like, I wish I could put plants down. So we've had these plants for quite a long time. And because we had an instance renderer, I was able to draw an awful lot of these plants. An awful lot of these plants. So, we updated the instance system to be able to generate plants on a thread, which is super duper duper efficient, and that's cool as well. And then I said to Andy, I need you to... Oh, Andy, I'll show you the issue with these in a minute. I need to work out how to do it. And then I said to Andy, can you use vertex colouring to set different wind factors? And he was like, I don't think I can do that. And I'm like, Andy, I believe in you. And he's like, I don't even think Wings does it. I'm like, Andy, do it. And he's like, okay. And he did it. So Andy, right now it's not possible to put a canopy on top of a base. Check this out. So if I put it there, it pops off. I have to put it on the ceiling, but that's upside down. So I have to put it on top of the plant cube. I need to work out a solution to that. Yeah, I know. So Andy had to basically go off and learn a better art package, or a different art package, in order to support doing this. But yeah, right now, which is slightly awkward, you have to put these up here. What will happen, I suspect, is I will automatically make them. And the plants grow. So it's not, time-wise, it's not really taken that long, particularly. Do they all have the same rotation? No, they don't. It's nice and chill in here, isn't it? And as you can see, I've got the reflection lamps working, so the doors are... I'll say proper reflective. It's a bit... If you look at it too much, it's obviously not quite right. I hope that answers your question. Well, no, the colour scheme I've made in this room is procedural. It is me. I've just grabbed this colour scheme. Like, this isn't... But hold on. The point is, I was aiming for a palletized colour scheme. So if you look out here, we're in a purple area. The purple area has green grass, purple seeds, and a green sky. Now, the sky is the same colour of the grass, more or less. So if we head off into this scheme over here, which is green... Oh, that's actually a bit small. Let's... here we go. So we're in a cyan ground, and therefore a red sky, and therefore cyan-y, purpley plants based with red grass. We're over into the yellow. We have our triatic colour schemes. We have a yellow ground, blue grass, green thing. So it's a triatic colour scheme. The sky will always be the colour of the plants, I think. Yeah, Andy, I suspect that 0.35 might be 0.25. Happy. So yes, we've already got a colour scheme system working. I've got a colour scheme system working. Well, I would say we, like anybody else help me on this. And this is kind of the size and scope I'm expecting people to build their plants to. Massive, massive, massive ones. I'm just pleased, to be quite frank. I've actually, for the first time ever, actually managed to get Unity's reflection maps to actually do something other than look wrong. Except this one. Because this one obviously triggered when there was no landscape. So if I wait 60 seconds or something, it will regenerate the map. So that will then reflect the correct colour sky for this area. So that's one problem. If I'm a long way away and I'm in an area with red sky, it won't work. Now, you'll never notice this when playing, but the sky is a beautiful, beautiful, deep, luscious orange when you're on blue. But if I go over to here, and now you won't notice because there's a bug, but the landscape, the sky, will slowly, slowly, slowly change, and you'll never notice it change. There is a bug. You saw the pop. That's actually new. Ignore that pop, so you can see it there. That's basically popping from the old colour to new colour immediately, whereas the rest of it, you see the red tinge of the sky. It's very slowly fading over a whole bunch of time to a new colour. I'd say it's very clever. It is very clever. It's not nothing to do with me. To be honest, once you learn what a split complementary or a triatic palette is, it's dead easy. It's ever so easy. It's just learning what it is. And once you've learned what it is, it's easy. Why a voxel-based game? Because you can't have destructible landscapes in non-voxel-based games. Oh man, is my room not symmetrical? Or it's just this door? Oh, this door's in a stupid place. I'm going to pretend that door's not there. Rooms are quite resilient, by the way. They don't really care whether or not you mess the visibility up. I mean, I'm going to say a pre-current response. I've done X, Y, Z, and my room goes wrong. My response will be, don't do that then. My response is never going to be, oh no, I'll fix it. My response is, don't do that. If I make a hole in my wall, I can see through it. Well, don't make a hole in it then. Actually, let's use the reflectors, because I like those. I think we need the actual light there. Well, thank you, Copper. Tell everyone that I'm working on the game and it's going to be great. It is great. Tell them it is great. Tell them don't tell them it's going to be great. There you go. See when they're fully grown. See, Andy, they don't really fit, do they? Let me just put in the yeah, the scaling will make it worse. Let me just make the plants grow quickly because I don't really want to wait. I haven't decided. Probably I will put it to 15 minutes per plant. Oh no, the plants grow so slowly. Right, build more plants. Yeah, I think, to be honest,